But first, though, it's time to meet those two award-winning actors, stars of the brilliant new film called The Bikeriders. But before we talk to them about it, let's have a look at Jodie Comer and Austin Butler in action.
I never felt so out of place in all my life. That's when I saw him for the first time.
I'm Benny.
I have to admit, he took my breath away.
How many stoplights did you run?
I said 7. I felt like one.
After that, things with the club really changed.
It's another club. Get the guys together. Burn it down.
Please welcome Jodie Comer and Austin Butler. Oh, guys.
What a sofa.
Congratulations. This film is epic. It's got it all. It's brilliant. And it's told... Well, the story is about a bike riding, a bicycle gang. Not a bicycle, what do you call them? A motorcycle.
It gets confusing. I've definitely done that on this tour.
That would be a very different film, wouldn't it? A bicycle gang, a motorcycle gang. And it's told from the perspective of one of the wives, yourself, Kathy, over a period of 10 years.
Yes.
What does she sort of discover over that decade then, and how does their story change?
Yeah, well, I think Kathy's from Chicago. She's a mother of 3. She's divorced. She lives a relatively kind of normal life. Her chaos is very different, and she goes to a bar one night to give her friend some cash and is introduced to this motorcycle group called the Vandals, and her life is flipped upside down. But I think it's a motorcycle group which initially starts from the love of a thing, this kind of sense of community and camaraderie. And over the span of the decade, it becomes actually quite violent and things shift quite a lot. But it's written and directed by Jeff Nichols, so it's a visually beautiful and character-driven film. Yeah.
Austin, was there anything kind of either kind of during filming or prior to filming that you learned about, like, the biking community that either surprised you or, I don't know, was kind of like warming to know?
Yeah, I think the idea of motorcycle riders and bike gangs, it seems very tough and kind of like there could be a coldness to it or something. But everybody that I've come in contact with has, really surprised me with their vulnerability and their like deep love and passion
Loyalty.
and loyalty
Yeah.
and these really these warm traits.
You really get that at the beginning of the film before things turn. Let's not say more.
Stop there.
You play, though, real-life people, I suppose. Kathy and Benny is based on real-life people. What was Benny like to play? Did you like him, Austin?
I loved him. I mean, he's one of the coolest characters I've ever had the chance to play. Jeff, the director, he describes him sort of as an empty glass that everybody wants to fill with their own expectations and responsibilities. And he's a mystery, because in the book that this is based off of, you never see his face. And so he's this enigma. And so it allowed for a lot of room for play for me.
Benny would probably be very pleased with the face that they did put together. Very pleased. You said, Jodie, that Kathy reminds you of your nan.
Yeah, there was elements of her in a sense of she's extremely vivacious and an incredible storyteller.
Yeah.
And there was a humour I found in her and a warmth that I felt like a lot of women, especially from Liverpool or like the North, like there's certain character traits about them that I felt Kathy had. So that was something I could kind of like lean into, and something that felt familiar amongst a lot that felt very far from myself.
She's quite no-nonsense, isn't she, which I liked about her.
Yeah, she says it how it is.
Did you not hear the part about Liverpool?
Yeah.
That's how they roll.
Yeah, exactly.
Austin, did you know how to ride prior to doing the film already?
Yeah, you've heard me say this so many
times.
My dad rode motorcycles, so when I was a kid, some of my fondest memories of being a child are on the back of my dad's motorcycle. And then when I was 15, he taught me how to ride.
Yeah.
And even though my mom said you're not allowed to ride a motorcycle.
Yeah.
And
because there must be a style, like, to riding as being part of like a biker community as well. It's not like just your standard style, is it?
No, and these bikes are all from the '60s, so
Yeah.
they each have their own personality, and they're.
They made it look
Very
much
cool.
easier than what it actually is.
Oh, really? Did you
Yeah,
get on
truth
one?
be told. I was on the back of one, happily, you know.
She rides on the back beautifully.
Thank you very much. But yeah, it was no joke, you know, to see them all kind of riding as a group whilst the cameras moving simultaneously. Like, it was so impressive.
And the noise they make.
Yeah.
Super loud.
I love that.
You are playing opposite two Brits, Austin. So there's lovely Jodie and, of course, Tom Hardy, who
Great
plays
Tom
like
Hardy.
the gang leader, I suppose, doesn't he? Did you learn anything about British culture?
I learned a word the other day.
Go on.
Whoa.
Scouser.
Scouser. That's what she is, yeah.
Yeah.
Finally knows me.
I know who she really is
yeah.
now. Scouser.
Always be nice to the Scousers, trust me.
Yeah,
All right, on that one.
I've learned that as well. Yeah.
Well, it's a very, very brilliant film. Bikeriders is released in cinemas on Friday, the 21st of June. Thank you so much, both.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.